Hello everyone, my name is Amar Kapasi and my research topic is analysis on recruitment and selection procedure of a staffing company X to recruit and hire candidates for the MNCs. The staffing industry suggests that global staffing market in 2015 was around 416 billion US dollars, and employers across the globe are spending over $3 trillion on contingent staff of all types. Basically, my research topic is based to identify the effective recruitment and selection process which leads to the reduces turnover. My research question would be, what are the practices and challenges associated in recruiting right candidates for the multinational companies? The research objective has to identify the effective ways to approach the following. Basically, I have targeted this particular section, like person specification, conditions of employment, advertising the position, selection procedure, the shortlisting process, interviews and selection, decision making, record management, and other forms of assessment. My research hypotheses are like identify the best way to draft the person specification, which includes skills, qualification, competencies, experiences, essential and desirable criteria, and to find out the importance of terms like salary, working hours, location, pension, annual leave, expenses and duration of the contract to mention in the conditions of the employment. Identifying the potential outcomes of different advertising methods such as social media like LinkedIn, Twitter, and etc., or job portals like Indeed, Monster, and etc. Other than that, like radio, television, career fairs, national and local press. Mostly right now 60% of recruiters use only LinkedIn for social recruiting, and other than that, like it is important to analyze the components of selection methods like formal structured interview, right to privacy and confidentiality, training and recruitment and selection guidelines. Overall candidate selection based on the decision making. So it must be based on the factor like skills, experience, behavior, suitability of the role, and so on. My literature review theme based on all this find outs like execution, both of the formal process and its execution to assess both the predictive validity of the process and its reliability. And advertising becomes a major channel between recruiters and candidates. Multinational agencies which are spending most of the money and structure in advertisement for best possible outcomes. And as per the UCD findouts, like for recruitment and selection procedures to be effective, it is essential that they are fair, rigorous, and transparent. Right recruitment and selection process can have many advantages to an organization. It firstly looks to identify new talent which can fill the positions available. But it also can view as like gaining a competitive advantage through people, which is not easy for other companies to copy. Literature review is also based on on these particular things like 15 components of structure are identified that may enhance either of the content of the interview or the evaluation process in the interview. It is concluded that interviews can be easily enhanced by using some of the many possible components of structure, and the improvement of this popular selection procedure should be a high priority of future research and practice. These particular things are not to be made, like decision must be fair, objective and transparent. So they need to consider all these things not to be done while recruiting a candidate for the companies, like snap judgments, prejudice, stereotyping and presumption, halo or horn effects, mirroring, like select candidates in their own image, personalities rather than abilities, over reliance on a single element in the selection process, and information provided informally. All are the things which I find out in my literature review. My contextualizing of the proposal and the literature are the research is essential to identify the different approach acquired by recruiters or HR managers, and to analyze the most effective method which would be result oriented and time effective. This research give job seekers and staffing companies to channelize their time and energy in the right direction. My research methodology will be based on quantitative interviews with employees of the staffing company, positive research philosophy, deductive research approach. Data collection will be by interviews and survey. Research philosophy. My research philosophy would be positivism, limited to data collection and interpretation through objective approach. Findings are usually observable and quantifiable. My research approach would be deductive, hypothesis, deducing hypothesis from theory, hypothesis in operational terms, and proposing relationship between two specific variables, testing the hypothesis and examining the outcome of the test, and modifying the theory when it's required. Case studies provides detailed information about the research topic, surveys and interviews of the employees. This would be my research strategy. My research choice would be mono method, quantitative approach, and data collection through interviews and surveys. Sampling would be done like from this order, like probability sampling, then random sample, and then stratified sample. Data collection would be made by surveys, as I told earlier, like standardized online or phone questionnaires with the employees of the company, and interviews like structured direct conversation on phone or Skype with key individuals or leaders of the company. My data analysis would be like quantitative data analysis, organize the data, statistical analysis, and take any note, significant or interesting result, and interpret these results. So the main part of the project, the dissertation, is like how to complete. I plan for completion like after the completion of my exam, I would go like this. From June to August, I have to go in the first 2 weeks of the June. I'll do the literature review and research, and then next 2 weeks I'll develop the surveys interviews. In next 2 weeks I'll do the complete surveys interviews. Then the next 2 weeks I'll do data collection, and the next week I'll do the data analysis, and in the next week I'll do the results, and then after compiling and final proofing and submission. My research ethics I have mentioned is like I have to make sure that privacy and confidentiality of all participants throughout the process, behave ethically with them. A company name will not be mentioned or disclosed. Interviews and survey will solely based on the matter of the dissertation only. Research limitation would be like I'm talking about on few key elements, not all of them. Irrelevancy of the employees, sometimes like they don't have interest to give them the test, the questionnaires. Structure the data to obtain the results. It's very hard to structure all these data which I gather, and time is very important factor. I should focus how to manage my time to take out all the results and things. These are the few references I've referenced to carry on my research till now. I will do more research on that, and that's all from my side. Thank you very much, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.